Welcome to a special episode of the Military Transition Academy podcast. We are joined by one of our SkillBridge industry mentors. We have Juniper Communities. Different industries will provide you different skill sets, different experiences, and you never know, you might find your next career that you're going to be in for multiple years.
Juniper has a number of innovative strategic projects that you could become a part of that really align with military values and skill sets. All those different dynamic opportunities you might have that are out of the box, considering what your career path might be in the future. In your living industry is a great industry choice. Everyone's going to get old. I know you don't believe that, but this is a growing industry. It's a dynamically energetic industry with a lot of career growth in it. So we've had persons. One of the best stories I like to talk about is Marie Lopez. I don't mind mentioning her name. She'd be here today. She started with us as a desk attendant, and she worked her way all the way up to an executive director. And that took years of skill building to get to where she is, whereas a lot of you are coming in with a number of amazing skills that we can use right away. So
why work with Juniper Communities?
the reason you want to select Juniper is because we're different from the type of transition industry you might be thinking of for your next career choice. Juniper is a 38-year-old leader and innovator in senior living. Not the senior living you're just thinking of. You might be thinking, oh, that's a nursing home. That's not what it is. We actually have every level of older adult living, which includes personal care, independent living, memory care, and skilled. But the majority of our company is assisted living and independent living. And what that means for you is it's almost like running a huge hospitality industry. I liken it to running a cruise ship. And that includes multi-levels of different opportunities for each and every one of you. I think when you think about Juniper, the first thing you need to know about us, not only are we 38 years old, but we're a female founded and owned company. We've been around a long time, so we do this really well, and we have a great career path for each and every one of you. We're not just in one area. We're in Pennsylvania, Colorado, Texas, New Jersey, Delaware. So we're multi-state. So there's multiple living opportunities for you to move to Juniper and live and work with us.
Why should someone consider Juniper Communities as their next professional home? Don?
And I think, Misty, again, it's due to the diversity of experiences within Juniper. We're definitely not a one-size-fits-all industry. We have multiple opportunities for a multitude of skill sets. So your skill set might match up in certain ways, but there's something else you want to do. We absolutely can explore that with you. What we want to do is simply have a conversation, a very friendly conversation, and just let you know about what we have and see what might work for you. We want to be individualized to your needs and preferences as much as possible.
Kristen, why should someone consider Juniper Communities as their next professional home?
Come join your new team. Come find your new purpose. We offer a lot of things that people are looking for in their next career. And I think that somebody that's new to this industry coming in would find just exactly what they're looking for.
Jennifer, why should someone consider Juniper Communities as their next professional home?
We are like a family at Juniper. Everyone has welcomed me in. I started 10 months ago and I went to my first Juniper event and I felt like everyone already knew who I was. They welcomed me with open arms. I got the biggest hug of my entire life from the owner of the company. It's a family environment. It definitely feels like a family. Even though I work from home, I still feel like I'm part of the family.
One of the myths is that it's a sad, depressing place to be. And we have a lot of parties. Like Dawn referenced, we have a lot of parties. If you go onto our Facebook pages for our communities, you can see all of the fun celebrations that each of our communities does. It's a really fun, dynamic place to be. It's not depressing at all.
Don, I'd love to know some of the myths about working at Juniper Communities or in this industry.
A lot of people, when they think, oh, I'm going to go work for senior living, they're thinking of a nursing home and taking care of old people. That's not what it is. We are actually have, as I had aforementioned, all levels of care and services for older adults. And these persons are often seeking a very vibrant lifestyle, which makes it a really fun and unique place to work each and every day. You're doing something different every day. It's extremely celebratory. And these persons, while they are older adults in the later stages of life, they're really living their life in the third act. And we're really proud to be part of that. The other big myth that comes to mind is that we're not really technology driven. There's a lot of technology and services within and around the network of senior living, and it's a high level of care and services networked throughout the health community, whatever region they're in. So you're getting, generally we're a larger employer in our area. Generally, we're handling a lot of upstream and downstream services for older adults, and we're a big part of the community there. So it's really a great pathway for not only career growth, but also a dynamic environment to be in. And I think finally, people second guess what the competitiveness is in terms of lifestyle, compensation, and other. We have to be highly competitive because we employ many managers throughout our communities to work, and all the team are compensated really well. It's a highly competitive, growing industry.
Tell me why you like working at Juniper Communities.
I like it because even though I work from home, I still feel like I'm taking care of the residents because I'm trying to find the right people to work at the community because I'm the recruiter, to give them the best experience. So even though I'm not in a community, I'm still impacting their lives.
Why do you like working at Juniper Communities?
The resident focused, resident centric mindset. Most of the persons that come to work for us who have the highest success rate are mission driven. They really feel a compassionate mission to serve others and be part of their lives. And that's what makes the difference for them. And that's what Juniper offers. It's not just a product or service. It's a life. It's nurturing, we call it nurturing the spirit of life in each and every person we touch. And it really comes to light for our most successful persons.
Kristen, why do you like working at Juniper Communities?
Love the variety. I feel like it's never the same day twice. We always have really unique things happening every day, and it keeps life interesting for sure. And yeah, the people are just amazing.
A lot of us were looking for purpose, but of course, we are also concerned with compensation and benefits. Kristen, I'd love for you to share a little more information about those things.
Sure. We are very competitive with both wages and benefits. We have the traditional benefits that most employers offer, medical, dental, vision, those types of things, but we also have some sort of unique benefits, I think, for our industry. We have virtual healthcare offerings for telemedicine, and that includes primary care visits as well as mental health visits, and that's really, really important benefit right now. We have an amazing employee assistance program that can help with all kinds of family challenges. We have an associate development program called Grow, and it offers tuition assistance, a tuition reimbursement for specific programs, and also leadership development. We also offer daily pay, and like you said, we offer a purpose, and I think that's what a lot of people are coming to our industry for, is that feeling of purpose.
Based on your time at Juniper, what are some qualities that your most successful employees possess that really helps them thrive in that environment?
Misty, I know you'll be surprised to hear this, but I feel like a lot of the core qualities that persons are used to having in the military or have gained in the military are very transferable and welcome at Juniper, particularly related to communication skills, being highly communicative, organization, being able to be an organized person, stay organized in terms of strategy and tactics to move things along to our goals. And also, one of the most important ones is team. Do they love being part of a team? Do they feel welcome in team? Are they able to function really well and be that awesome team player to help our communities meet the needs of the residents, families, and staff as well as possible? And then finally, they need to be self-driven and have a great temperament. I love the challenges of each and every day, and I love the celebration. And the type of person that works well for us has a great even temperament, and they're able to really thrive in that type of creative, but also wonderfully engaging and nurturing environment.
Based on your time at Juniper, what are some qualities that your most successful employees possess that really helps them thrive in that environment?
We talk a
Kristen?
lot about servant leadership at Juniper, and we already know that our military members are full of that servant leadership. They're serving their country. And those are the people that we really want to see within Juniper, because those are the people that know that no matter whose job it is, you're part of the team, and you're going to jump in wherever you're needed to serve those residents. And I think that there's a lot of similarities there between our organization and somebody just coming out of the military experience that way.
Jennifer?
I was going to say heart of service, but Kristen jumped in there, so she got to it first. But yeah, I think if you have a heart of service, you're going to do, well in this industry.
Jennifer, I'd love to hear about the open positions that we have available for the DoD SkillBridge program.
So I'll start out with our environmental services director. That would be the physical plant engineer or maintenance director. And they oversee a team of environmental services associates to maintain the building and keep it in compliance with state regulations. They implement preventative maintenance programs. They maintain the environmental service logs and make sure that the work orders are completed in a timely manner. And those skills are transferable to the military careers of facility management specialist, engineer equipment chief, and facilities engineers. We have the director of nursing. This position manages the largest department. They oversee all of the certified nursing aides, the caregivers and med techs. They create care plans for the residents to make sure that they're well cared for. They also coordinate meetings with the resident family members and make sure that everyone is happy. That job is very important, just to make sure that our residents are well cared for, and that's very important to us at Juniper. That position does require an LPN license or a registered nurse to do that position, but we think that the healthcare specialists or healthcare administration, preventative medicine specialist or healthcare services technician would be a great fit for that position. We
Good.
also have our dining services director, and they oversee the dining team. They do all the ordering of the food and the products. They do the inventory. They ensure the proper sanitation that is in compliance with the health department. And they also work with the wellness team to make sure that the dietary needs of the residents are met. So we think that the services superintendent or craftsman would be a great fit for this position. Food service specialist or culinary management or culinary specialist would be a great fit.
Those positions are really responsible for the creative environment of the culinary experience for our residents. Some of them are running 2 and 3 dining venues and restaurant type experiences and bringing in their own recipes and their own creativity to that role. And we recently had one of our chefs featured in the Pittsburgh paper for one of their amazing recipes. So we're really proud of the media we received related to our awesome culinary experience.
And even they throw events where they have
They really
beautiful
do.
ice sculptures, and I mean there's they get to use their creativity a lot in that position. We also have a business office manager. That's someone who would do the accounts payable, accounts receivable, payroll, onboarding. They coordinate with the associates for their benefits. This is a great position for someone who has been a personnel specialist or an HR specialist, a financial management and comptroller, or a financial management technician. And I'm sure there are other,
Oh, yeah.
positions as well that would fit.
Yeah, lots of other positions that would fit that one.
One of the positions that is near and dear to my heart is the connections director. So they have to create meaningful programs to keep the residents engaged. You know, if they're engaged, it keeps them young and keeps them vibrant. And that's what, what we like to do at Juniper. We want to keep them happy and engaged. And that's the role of that position. They have to perform assessments to find out what the residents like when they move into our communities, and see how they can create something that will make them happy. You know, if you don't like this, then we have something else for you. So every resident matters, and we're going to tailor it to fit to their personality. They also plan and execute the monthly activity calendar, and they coordinate with outside vendors to plan different events or bring in, music or different type of entertainment for the residents. And I think the MWR specialist is a really good fit for that. The fitness and sports manager and community services. I did forget to mention one thing, that we also like the fitness aspect, to make sure that they're moving every day, whether it's chair yoga or, all the possibilities are endless there. So, and of course, last but certainly not least is the executive director. And the executive director is in charge of everyone in the community. So they're overseeing all of the department managers, making sure that everyone's department is staying in compliance with the state regulations. They are working to meet with the sales goals and the census goals that Juniper has set for them. And, working with the families, and again, working to keep the residents happy and healthy and, well cared for. And so we did see that there's a healthcare administrator position that would fit perfectly from the military. We also have the director of sales and marketing position. This position coordinates all sales and marketing for the communities. They go out into the community and network with different hospitals, rehabs, and older adult social groups. And they also do the social media and social media marketing and regular marketing for our communities. And we think that the best fit would be the recruiting service, public affairs, or mass communication.
Juniper Communities is a senior living owner and operator of senior living, and that could include assisted living, skilled nursing, Alzheimer's memory care, independent living, continuing care, retirement. We have the whole gamut, and we operate in multiple states: Pennsylvania, Texas, Colorado, New Jersey, and Delaware. And our company is about 36 years old. I've been with the company almost 22 years.
Wow.
And it's an amazing, we're so thrilled to introduce, or at least be one of the pioneers to introducing the senior living industry as a
Yeah.
true viable alternative for persons of the military background transitioning out. We're so excited to have this opportunity.
Senior living, that industry is obviously not an industry that most veterans say, yeah, this is what I want to do when I grow up. But I'd love to hear from you, Don. What makes Juniper Communities unique?
No, I'm so glad just as in the entire scope of careers, we're often overlooked, and we're a major industry.
Yeah.
All your listeners, you, me, we're all going to get old. It's just a fact. So we're a
We
truly,
can all get old, but we don't all have to look
get
old.
old, but who knows? However, we're truly a viable opportunity. We have, I think Juniper is unique for several reasons. Juniper is, first of all, this is very important to me. We're a female founded and female owned senior living company. We're one of the only ones on this coast, I believe. In fact, we might be the only one. Lynn Katzman is our founder. She's a visionary in terms of senior living. She's well known. She's the Beyonce of senior living. I like to tell people, you go to a conference with Lynn, everyone wants to talk to Lynn, and all your listeners can look her up on YouTube and other sources. It's an amazing Lynn Katzman.
Wow.
She's our,
Great.
she's our vision setter. But one of the things she first brought to Juniper was the goal of gender balance on boards for companies. That we want to be, and we want to engage with partners and companies that have gender balance. As you know, we want female leadership in the boardroom. That's our goal. Lynn has been a champion from the get-go of female entrepreneurial development. And that's really important to us throughout our company, throughout our communities, and in all we do.
That's awesome. So how did you guys, find Vets to PM and discover the SkillBridge program? So for our listeners, Vets to PM, we obviously have lots of different services. We're known in the veteran community as the project management professional training pioneer. But in 2020, 2021 timeframe, we went ahead and started managing the SkillBridge program for 70 plus companies. And so now we bring that opportunity both to the veteran and to the company, the veteran in order for them to learn, an industry skill set, and then to the company for them to sort of try out talent and provide, a really smooth and successful transition, regardless if it results in a full-time commitment for that veteran. Especially, I'm a human resources professional by trade. So, I know that veteran hiring is obviously important for most companies. It's one of our, affirmative action initiatives. And, we ask specific questions, about veterans in our organization. And I think sometimes veterans' reputations follow them as, we're broken, we're mentally impaired, whatever it may be. But the truth of the matter is that most of us who served 20 years, we're in our very early 40s and we're ready to start a new career. We now have this, massive set of skills that we're ready to bring to a company. And we just need companies, to bring it to. So we're glad that you are on board. So for our audience, the SkillBridge program is a Department of Defense initiative that allows military service members to participate in a internship, or we like to call it a residency, at the end of their career. So it could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months, whatever time frame is best for the veteran and for the company. And so what we do is we pair veterans and companies in order to provide that opportunity. The one thing that we do at Vets to PM is we manage the program for you, so you can go ahead and manage your business. You're absolutely right. The DoD SkillBridge program is really, there's a lot of administrative actions. It's hard to get a hold of people because obviously, it's a large program and they probably only have a few people working it. But companies like us, we get to sort of intervene and be the liaison between the veteran and the companies. Yeah. So when you think about your ideal candidate, obviously you prefer to hire veterans. So why is that? Talk to us about, how veterans have become your ideal candidate and what you're looking for when it comes to these positions.
When I started to think about this, I was looking at the positions we sometimes have more difficulty filling than others. And Juniper is lucky that we can offer a whole variety of positions to vets. We have executive level positions, communications, sales, business, human resources, culinary, maintenance, you name it, we have it. What appealed to me is the fact that a person who has served has a strong passion towards their work, towards goals, towards their career, and has that commitment already. What I also believe is, our organizations, it's very group focused. It's very team focused. The persons that you would be bringing to us hopefully would have that the passion for teamwork. That's truly what we're witnessing every day on our platform, is teams working together to better the lives of seniors in so many different ways. And we're excited to have that. I believe a vet would bring those skills, plus all the amazing training that the military provides that you wouldn't even think of. And we're just excited to have that opportunity.
Yeah, and I will say, I served in the military for 20 years, and right before I retired, the number one thing that people told me all the time was, hey, make sure that you know what your purpose is outside of uniform. So prior to retiring from the military, I did a lot of the mental transformation stuff that I mean, military veterans, I mean, NFL players, basketball players, like all these people that have sort of their worth and their identity tied to something, us military members, it's tied to serving our country and tied to defending the Constitution of the United States. And when we separate or retire, sometimes, veterans get lost in the shuffle of things because they no longer have purpose and they don't feel like the work that they're doing matters and they're not finding that meaningful work. And what a great industry to get into. So veterans, if you're looking for purpose, I mean, think about what, the senior living community and industry can do for you. There's tons and tons of positions available on that job board. So for any military service member that is looking for a SkillBridge opportunity, go ahead and search. You can go to our job board and you can specifically choose Juniper and look at those positions. And, I always say as an HR person, look at the job posting, see what appeals to you. And you never know, take a chance, apply. And then, when it comes to the DoD SkillBridge program, one thing I think that people tend to forget is that it really is like a 3 to 6 month sort of interview, but where you get to try out, like, is this the industry for me? Are these the people I want to work with? And the company gets to do the same. But the goal of the relationship is really to form that network, that community. And if it doesn't end in a full-time position, Juniper still has a place in that veteran story, and that veteran still has gained some valuable skills that they can utilize in the civilian sector. So, Kristen,
Love that.
any specific skills? I know that veterans, obviously, we bring a broad range of skill sets. We do have specific technical skills and hard skills and soft skills. Anything that stands out when you think about your family member that's in the Army and Don, your family member that's in the Navy, any specific skill sets that you're really, interested in acquiring?
Well, our culture is very, very important to us. And I was just on another call with somebody that we're working with that talking about how the people that really are drawn to this industry, they really just have a heart for servant leadership. And so I would say that I think that we already know that most of our military have that servant leadership capability, that skill set, because they're doing what they're doing because they have that. And I would just say that that's really important to us to have people that come and join us in this culture of servant leadership.
Yeah,
Well,
such
I
a
would
good
agree.
point. Go
I would
ahead.
agree. I would just add that, Juniper, you wouldn't think this of a senior living company, but we're extremely tech forward. The persons we're looking to hire, of course, have to have awesome communication skills and a spirit and passion for assisting seniors and working with teams. But more so than that, they also need to be organized and have a good computer background, or at least have computer literacy to be able to use all the systems we have in place. We have quite a bit, and that's pretty exciting. I think one of the things I didn't get to mention regarding the position specificity is great, that a person can fit into a position. What's great about Juniper as a senior living industry is we're an innovator, so we're developing all these new programs. So maybe someone's coming in from the health field that
Yeah.
wants to assist in the development of a new memory care specific program. We're looking for those persons who want to bring their skills and creativity to us. And that's really important. And that can be for anything. So we're very open to that.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so you guys heard it here, Juniper Communities. So look at the Vets to PM job board and you can do a search by the company, look at those opportunities and apply. They're looking for you. And one thing I will tell veterans is, when you're separating, when you're retiring, when you've served a lot of time in the military, and it's just like this for civilians. I mean, civilians go through, career transitions all the time, but, take your military transition 1 year at a time. Don't discount an industry that you've never thought of, or maybe you have this preconceived notion about, give it a try. 1 year is long enough to really identify what it is you want to do and what you don't want to do, whatever, but it's short enough that if for some reason the industry is not for you, then you can still gain some skill sets and then take it with you in the civilian sector. So don't discount certain companies or certain industries because maybe you've never heard of them before or never thought of it. I mean, if you think of what the military is, and I think people fail to remember this, but the military is like its own little city. And so we have, you know, HR and engineering and whatever it may be. And it's the same thing in a company. And so an HR person, me and Kristen are both HR professionals, but what she does in her company is very different than what I do in mine because the industries and the companies are different. So lots of different variety. Veterans, if you're looking for a challenge, we have one for you. Juniper is looking for you. So apply now. Any last words, Dawn and Kristen?
We're looking forward to having you.
Yeah, we would love to have you. We're open to conversations about how a person will fit in. We're very open to that. And the last thing I'll say is working in the senior living industry is extremely rewarding. It's so gratifying to get to work with persons at the latter stages of their life.
Yeah.
It really fulfills it and warms your heart. So that can be really helpful to people who are looking for that, a connection and a purpose.
Absolutely. And I will tell you, you know, when I talk to at least 20, 25 veterans every single week, and the biggest thing that I hear is I just want to do work that matters. I want to be a part of something that's meaningful. And, you know, when we talk about a meaningful or lucrative career, we're not always talking about money, right? We're talking about, you know, I can put my head down at night and know that I made a difference in a big and a small way. And this is a great industry to do that. So veterans, if you're looking for meaningful work that matters, I definitely encourage you to look at what Juniper Communities has to offer. And they're willing to have the conversation with you to see where your skill sets fit. And so that's the really the magic of a small company and our relationship with the company, or this close relationship where we can have those conversations and see where you fit. So thanks so much for joining us. We're looking forward to filling all of your positions, and we will get the word out. And for veterans, hey, SkillBridge program, we manage the SkillBridge program. I know that you might be looking at hiring our heroes and all of the big players in the industry. We are here for you. We are a small and mighty team looking to help you. So hope to see you soon on that job board. Thanks again, Dawn and Kristen.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for listening to the Military Transition Academy podcast by Vets to PM. We release new episodes every Tuesday, so make sure you follow and subscribe wherever you listen. You can catch up on all the previous episodes wherever you download podcasts or watch them on the Vets to PM YouTube channel. To learn more about our programs and upcoming Master Project Leadership Workshop cohorts, visit vetstopm.com. Whether you're a service member, veteran, spouse, or a company looking to hire top military talent, we're here to help you become a project manager or hire one.